The hollow body frog made simple. So the primary role of a hollow body frog, where it really shines, is shallow water cover, and more specifically shallow water vegetation, whether it's matted vegetation or lily pads or reeds or something. That shallow vegetation, you can either cover a ton of water with a frog by just dragging it through and over top that really thick expansive grass flats, or you can slow it down if you need, if you just have like isolated patches of grass, wood, vegetation. Overhanging brush as well. You can slow it way down, walk it slowly, make it look really good. So it's incredibly versatile in that shallow water cover scenario because you can fish it at any speed, any cover. It's never gonna get hung up. So it's incredibly versatile in that shallow water cover, and you just get incredibly big bites as well, especially here in the summertime. You can also mix in a popping frog if you have more sparse cover, it's not as thick. That cupped mouth will catch on some of the thick cover, but if you just have more isolated cover and you want to really slow it down, cause a little bit extra commotion, maybe draw in some extra bass, the popping frog can be a great solution. And then when it comes to gear you fish this on, the frog is one of the few techniques where you really do need a specific gear setup. There's a lot of baits and techniques that you can kind of fish on whatever and still have success. The frog is not really one of those. You're gonna need a bait casting setup with pretty heavy braided line. The reason you need the braid is it floats, one. If you have like a fluorocarbon that sinks, it's gonna pull the nose down and ruin your action. That's the case with any topwater. You never wanna fish a topwater with fluorocarbon line. And then you also need the braid because it's very thin and very strong. You need a strong line because you're gonna be setting the hook and dragging bass out of really thick cover. And it takes a lot of power to set double thick gauge hooks into a bass's mouth. And then anything under like 30-pound test, you're not gonna be able to drag bass out of heavy cover. And fluorocarbon or monofilament over 30-pound test is just pretty much impossible to deal with. You need the thin, strong diameter of a braid to really fish this stuff effectively in heavy vegetation and cover. But yeah, the frog when fishing shallow, heavy cover is just absolutely phenomenal. One of the best ways to get a big bite and an exciting bite.